What's going on? So I wanted to talk about being assertive with others and yourself today. When you're assertive with yourself, you really want it to be positive self-affirmations like, yeah, you're doing good, you're worthy, you can do this. That's being assertive with yourself, so that you're not allowing external things to subconsciously affect you, like negative talk from others, just pessimism in general around the world, things such as that. But when you're being assertive with others, it's often seen as a bad thing. Mentally, because it seems like, oh, this guy's just being rude, or they are out for themselves, and in reality that's not what it is at all. Being assertive with someone with what you are expecting from them or what you feel you need is a very powerful and important tool, because it clarifies certain things. A lot of times when you may do something selfless, you may help somebody out, they may do something in return for you, and it's not always the case, but sometimes when they do, it feels good. So you come to expect that when you help somebody out, and sometimes it's just common courtesy, sometimes it's not in whatever field or business you're in. And because of that, if you really need something from this person, don't go help them move or do something that you think, oh yeah, if I do this then maybe I'll get that. Like, if you're trying to, it's basically like sucking up. Like, if your boss is moving, you're like, hey, I could go help out. Like, are you doing that because you want to get a promotion, or are you doing that because you're just trying to help out and be a good person? Because your why for something is so important. The why you're doing something is going to determine the factors about it. If you're doing something for a selfish, if you're doing the same action for a selfish versus a selfless reason, the payoff and the result is going to be drastically different. Even though you're doing it for the same reason, the process is also going to be very different. When you're doing it for someone as opposed to for yourself, you're going to feel like you're being put under a lot of stress, and that it's going to be a lot harder to do because you're not doing it ingenuously. You're going to feel like, hey, I should be getting some reward here, and when you feel like that, you're feeling uncomfortable because you're not being assertive with the person in, hey, I need a little compensation for this, or something like that. And sometimes situations just don't require compensation. Sometimes they do. Now, it's pretty basic to look at it on a level such as, hey, I need a favor, can you help me out? But a lot deeper understanding of it can come in the idea of approaching somebody for help, right? Say that you are talking to one of your friends, right, and you need something from them. If you approach them and say, hey, like, I missed you for so long, I'm so sorry we haven't caught up, how are things? And then you ask them, can you help me with this? It's going to feel like, oh, so they really just want my help. But if you ask somebody explicitly, you're assertive, and hey, I need your help on this, would we be able to maybe catch up later, or like want to hang out as well? You're going to get a lot more out of it, and it's going to be a lot more beneficial. So being assertive and figuring out what you need is going to be a lot more successful.